Y'all, I'm in Kroger, and you would not believe the audacity some people have. Me and my husband are in the shopping. My husband, the baby. Uh-oh, miss the baby, the baby. We in Kroger shopping. We on the aisle now. I'm looking at stuff. And this woman is with another woman. And she's like, sir, excuse me, sir. Can you reach this off the top shelf for me? We're short. I look at them. I look at him. He look at me. He said, boo. The fact that he knew he needed permission to help these people, and the fact that they thought they could just ask him and he was gonna move for them. The audacity. Ain't that right, boo? That done tickled my soul. So I say that to say this. If you are in the store, married or single, by yourself, and you need help, and you notice that the man that you about to ask help from is with a woman, the correct thing to say is, excuse me, ma'am, is it okay if your husband can help me get something from the shelf? Don't put that man in that weird situation, because my husband's like, he didn't flinch, he didn't move, he looked at me, and he like, boo. And we both knew what that boo meant. So, but have a good day. I'm in Costco, and y'all would just not believe the audacity that some people have. Yeah, so me and my husband shopping, me, my husband, the baby, oh, past the baby. These two little short girls had the audacity to ask my husband to help them get something high off the shelf. I looked at him, he looked at me, said, boo. I said, at least he know he gotta ask for permission before he can help these two. I'm like, these little young girls ain't got no respect. Why would you just ask my husband without coming to me first? These young girls, they ain't got no class. Just going up straight up to people's husband, asking them to help them in the grocery store. She talking some, he's my daddy. Girl, I don't care about none of that. When I'm with him, rude. I don't care if he's your daddy or not. Don't be asking him no questions. You gotta come through me first. Here, hardworking man, okay? And you should come through me first to ask for any favors from him.
So even though the world is on fire around us right now, there's no laws of the land. Everybody can just do what they want to do. And ICE is trying to start an all-out war by attacking citizens. And it looks like they will get that soon. I wanted to talk about this video. I know I'm late, y'all. I know I'm late. I know this video has been gone and talked about on TikTok for about 2 weeks, but I wanted to give my input, and it is a few new videos that some of you may not have seen, a few responses. The responses were mixed. There were a lot of men agreeing with her, and there were a lot of women agreeing with her, and I think men and women agree with her for different reasons. And I'm going to get into that throughout this video, but I'm going to play some of the responses, and I will be back after this.
If you are in the store, married or single, by yourself, and you need help, and you notice that the man that you about to ask help from is with a woman, the correct thing to say is, excuse me, ma'am, is it okay if your husband can help me get something from the shelf? Don't put that man in that weird situation, because my husband's like,
Girl, you think somebody wants this? You actually think somebody wants this? The thing that a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of women uphold the idea that men are protectors while enforcing the idea of men actually being territorial. I had an ex-boyfriend, and one time we were driving, and there was a woman, and her car was broke down on the side of the road. Literally stopped driving, pulled over, pushed this woman into safety off onto the side of the road, and waited for her to be able to get some vehicle assistance because she didn't have a flat tire or anything like that. A man that you entertain that does not protect other women or provide for other women is not ever going to protect and provide for you. My ex-boyfriend never had to ask me for permission and say, do you mind if we go help that woman? He literally said, oh my God, I see a woman broke down on the side of the road. Let's go on ahead and help her. And he said if it was a man broken down on the side of the road, I wouldn't help him, because I know how to get myself to safety as a man if I'm broken down on the side of the road. So I'm not going to help a man. But he's like, a woman, I'm going to make sure that she is to safety if she is having an issue. A lot of women that have a low self-esteem have to derive value from the fact that a man is being territorial over them, while simultaneously not being a protector. Because men are not protectors. They're territorial over their interests. And the thing about it is that a lot of men out there actually would prefer to be protectors of women. It's a lot of the time women that have a low self-esteem are going to reinforce the territorial nature of men. I don't want you opening up the door for another woman. I don't want you asking another woman about her day. So because you are with a man, you're enforcing the territorial nature. But then when you decide to leave a situation with a man, then you want to get upset over the fact, well, why does he feel like he has ownership of me? Why does he feel like he's entitled to still deal with me? Why is he stalking me? Because you reinforce the fact that he should be territorial over you. Because if a man has to ask for permission for him to fucking grab something, because clearly he's tall enough to be able to get it, you took that as a threat, as if people want your man. You took that as a threat, as if women are literally going out their way to say, oh yeah, he look good, he look fine. Let me go up and ask him if he can grab something up top for me so I could try to steal him away from his woman. And I'm sorry, but they always look like this. The ones that make these videos, they always look like that. And that's the reason why they look like that. Because they know that they look like that, which is the reason why things like them bother them. Because the only sense of importance that a woman like that can have is the fact that a man would be territorial over her. And he clearly doesn't want to be territorial over her, because he looked to her to ask for permission if he could help them or not. He looked for her to see, how is she going to react if I help out another woman because she's so territorial over the situation. Never in my life have I put myself or put my partner in a predicament where he has to sit here and think twice about protecting another woman. When it comes to the protection of other women and helping other women and quote unquote providing, because technically this is providing. It may not be financial, but you're providing using your height as a man to be able to get something. I'm 5'1". Men always ask me at the grocery store, is it something too tall for you, or they see me trying to reach and they'll just grab it for me? Who cares? Who cares? She's not secure in her situation. She clearly ain't secure in her situation. And judging by how she looked, she's with her match. I'm just keeping it real. She's with her match.
If you down to your local Piggly Wiggly and you see this lady, do not by any means ask her husband to help you get Tony the Tiger from the top shelf, because that means that you want her man, you're trying to do something with her man. You can't be putting her man in that kind of position, okay? He's a nice person to her. He can't be nice to you. He can't be a decent human being and use his height to help you get them Frosted Flakes. So don't y'all dare say anything. Lady, do you know how goddamn insecure you have to be? Nobody wants that man but you. It's a box of cereal. It's just like a given rule that when someone is taller, they assist people. It's just called being a nice person. It has nothing to do with wanting your man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all cannot let a man have y'all in a man. Please.
And she over there gloating like, yeah, I know that's right. He knew. He better ask me first. And mind y'all, I'm probably the only one that knows the whole entire video. He ain't laughing. He ain't smiling. He is just like straight face, like, while she's over here recording this video. And mind you, the comments were eating her up, telling her like, you insecure, that you definitely pay every light bill. And this is a level of insecurity that is so unhealthy. And mind you, I tell you, the comments were eating her up. They were eating him up. Now I dove deep into more of her videos to see what she would say in response, and she was like, guys, you guys are reading it all wrong. I am not insecure. We are very secure over here. And mind y'all, I'm looking at the video like she's trying to convince me. She goes on to say that her husband doesn't need permission, but like as a woman, you should always ask the woman if they're with the man, if it's okay for the man to help them. Permission. Also, I forgot to add this, but she basically said that because they're nursing an 8-month-old, anytime they're out of the house, they're on a date. And she said, we went and got a room in ATL for a couple's getaway and ended up with a baby. So we're still on a date when they're out the house, which I think is insanity to tell me that every time I see a man or a woman in the grocery store, they're on a date. Anyways, like I saw a comment, you should want your man to be a gentleman. If they see someone struggling with something they can do easily, you should want that to help. Anyways, what do you guys think of this whole situation?
All I know is that if I'm in the grocery store with my man and someone taps me on the shoulder and says, ma'am, is it okay if your man helps me get something off that top shelf? Why the fuck are you asking me? You don't see this grown-ass man standing right next to me? Do I look like his mother, his caregiver, his timekeeper? No, I barely know that I'm at a grocery store, okay? I blindly follow wherever that man leads. If you do ask my man and he declines and says that he cannot help you, we still gonna have a problem. Because why you not helping this lady get something off the higher shelf at the grocery store? You clearly see that she needs help. But at the same time, everybody tripping on this lady at the Kroger grocery store who was tripping off the lady asking her man for something. That man knows his wife. That man knew that if he did not acknowledge his wife when that lady acknowledged him, that it was going to be a problem. He knows his wife. He knows the boundaries that she has, and that's okay. That's honestly what we be needing to talk about right now. That man knows the boundaries that his wife laid down, and he abides by them regardless of how crazy they may seem. That's a man that you want, and that's probably why she's trying to hold on to him so tightly. But anyway, yeah, don't ask me. Ask him. Please don't ask me.
Now, if I'm in a grocery store with my husband and I'm 5'1", which I am, y'all, and my husband is 6'2", and 2 women came up to me and was like, can you help me get that box off of the top shelf? I would look at them like they're crazy. Like, you didn't see my husband right here? Why would you come to me and ask me that instead of my husband? It just makes more sense for them to ask the taller person. If you take sex out of it and insecurity and thinking your husband is going to be looking at them because they're cute or because they're a woman, it just makes more sense that they'll just be like, they'll go straight to the person that can do what they need them to do and cut out all the middleman, because you're not attached to that man's body. You're not one. They see 2 different people, and the one that they need to utilize, they went to and asked, and their brain wasn't even registering. It wasn't registering disrespect like that. They were just like, shit, I need the cereal off the top, and he's tall, she's not. I'm going to ask the tall person to give it. That's what I would be thinking. Like, if a woman was with her husband, I'd be like, excuse me. I would say, excuse me, could you please help me get the whatever, and like walk off. After he gave it to me. It's a 3-second exchange. No biggie.
Respect thing. Let me tell y'all like this. If me and my wife out at Walmart somewhere, right? And a lady asked me, can I grab that off top shelf for her? Hell no.
So he starts out saying it's a respect thing, and then the next thing that comes out of his mouth is to be disrespectful by telling the woman hell no and not helping her because he wants to be respectful.
Tearing this lady down, talking about her husband, talking about her, all because he asked permission from his wife to do something that another woman requested. I see why a lot of y'all single. I see why y'all are. It's the principle.
Oh, brother, can we just wrap this conversation up? I'm so exhausted, y'all. Aren't y'all tired? I thought all we were talking about is you're in the grocery store and you have a tall husband. I have a tall husband. He's 6'4". I'm 5'11", okay? And somebody can't reach something. They're just trying to get their shopping done. I've had women ask me to reach something because I'm 5'11". They see somebody tall and they do what any normal person would do. They ask the person who's standing the closest to reach something for them. It's just called common sense. Now we done turned to, oh, this is just respect and that's my wife and that. I mean, come on. Oh, I'm so done, y'all. Same thing with opening the door, okay? My husband opens the door for other women all the time. That is what I expect. His mama taught him that. He's a gentleman, okay? My sons too, they do the same thing. Oh my God, what the hell is going on here?
The crazy thing is, these are the same exact women who teach their sons to be gentlemen, who call their sons little kings and say, I'm raising my little boy, my son, to be a man, to be a gentleman, to treat women with respect. And then the moment they get grown and then they do what the women teach them, here come these women, the same women that are doing it to their little boys, saying, no, you got to respect me. You can't talk to him. You can't use my husband. He can't do nothing for another woman. This is why I don't deal with male-centered, pick-me women. They're just, what's the word? Double-tongued or double-minded. In the Bible, y'all's Bible say a double-minded, it says man, but I'm going to say women too, are unstable in all his ways. I bet you all of these women have sons that they are teaching. You pull out chairs for women. You open the doors for a woman. I don't care what woman it is. You help women. You be a gentleman. You're going to be a good man. You're not going to be like your no good ass daddy. And then when the men are actually putting it into play, the ones that are dating them, that taught their sons the same thing, will turn around and do stuff like this. Crazy. Diabolical.
Hey, how y'all doing? I don't mean to intrude on y'all shopping, but is it possible if I could grab your husband to get something off the shelf?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all so much. Y'all have a good one.
You have a good one, girl.
Girl, shut the fuck up, man. Y'all turn anything into content. So apparently this woman was walking around in Kroger with her husband. These two ladies who obviously could not reach the top shelf asked her husband, hey, can you reach the top shelf for us? We clearly can't do it, right? And he turns to look at his wife, and his wife looks at him, and I guess they just walk off. I don't know what the fuck happened from there, but they both just walk off, right? And it wasn't like these women asked him to, like, change a tire or a car battery. They seen something on the top shelf, and they were like, oh, here's a guy who clearly can reach it. And they just said, hey, sir, can you help us reach that? And I've been with my girlfriend plenty of times where I've helped women in the midst of them trying to either get something in their car or trying to get something off the top shelf. Like, that's not something that my girl would trip over. Like, that's not even something that she'd be like, oh, that's sweet of you to want to help them. The fuck? And the fact that you turned this into, like, content to make it seem like, oh, they have to talk to me first. Girl, if your husband, to me, it's about community. It's like, if your husband is not willing to jump and help people, I'm not sitting here saying break up a fight when you got the kid with you or something. I'm not talking about something like that. Something as simple as, can you pick that up for me as a man? I think you're weird, bro.
Y'all, I'm in Kroger, and you would not believe the audacity some people have.
Yo! Why would you say that and post it on social media? Unless she got 1 million views, you guys. What if she's playing all of us? She got 1 million views. I refuse to believe anybody is that stupid that they will post that online and think they weren't about to get a bunch of blowback. Y'all, what if she's playing us and she laughing to the bank?
Y'all was gonna eat up that lady that was in Kroger with her husband, and I guess she thought that the ladies that was asking her husband to get something at the shelf was gonna steal her husband, whatever the fuck. I knew y'all were gonna eat her up. And the fact that she was just so, like, confident in the fact that she was gonna post this video and people were gonna be like, yeah, girl, these men want these young hussies want your husband, girl. Only person that wants your husband is you. I don't know what it takes for y'all to understand that, but, like, girl, tell your husband to go get the fucking shit at the top of the fucking thing and then go home. Like, I think she was trying to make it a moment so damn bad and then got ate the fuck up because, ma'am, I don't know if she thinks she's like a local celebrity at her local Kroger, but, like, I promise you, girl, they just really wanted to get something off the top shelf. And I hate that because for me, I have to literally, like, I'm pretty much taller so I can grab it. But sometimes I have to sometimes I have to jump up and get it. Okay? Whether it's your man, the man that works there, the damn janitor man. I don't give a damn what man is going to get it, but somebody's going to have to get it. Anyways, y'all eating her up. I can't say proceed. I don't know what she thought.
Sir, excuse me, sir. can you reach this off the top shelf for me? We're short. I look at him, I look at him, he looked at me, he said, boo. The fact that he knew he needed permission to help these people, and the fact that they thought they could just ask him.
That is what insecurity looks like. And not only is she insecure, but she's also very disrespectful. She posted that video, and if you go to the comment section of that video, the way how they are dogpiling on her husband and talking about his looks, and she refused to take the video down. And he didn't do anything wrong. All she did was pan the camera around on him, and he's catching all the stray bullets right now. I can understand if she posted the video and didn't expect the comment section to go the way that it's going. But once you see that, and you see that people are dogpiling on your husband, and they're also disrespecting her in the comment section, why would you not then delete the video? I'll tell you why. It's because it's the most views and comments she's ever gotten from a video. So she cares more about that than she does her relationship.
This woman, whose husband it was like, could you imagine she thought she could just ask my husband to do something? As a 50-year-old woman who's been married a long time, who's been on this earth a long time, if a woman asked my husband to do something for her, whether it's getting something off the tall shelf, putting her carry-on overhead, whatever it is, he should not waste time looking at me to see if it's okay. Women carry a lot of load in this world, and I know maybe this is controversial, but life is just easier for men. It's my opinion that men should do little things to help us that maybe their body is more physically able to do. They don't have bodies that can make life, so they have bodies that can reach tall shelves. So they should do that for us when they can. And my husband is not helping me unless he's helping all of my sisters out there. Anything a woman wants, well, I mean, not anything, but most things a woman wants from my husband, he is going to help her because that's helping me. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments.
I told y'all this, but I'm only 5'2", and my husband is 6'7". So if we are ever in the grocery store and somebody needs some help, I'm not going to look at my husband and be like, you better ask me first. You better ask me first. Like, because you know my struggle. You know my challenges. So why would I just sit back and watch another woman, whoever it is, struggling to get something off the top shelf, and then I'd be like, you need my permission? That is crazy to me. And I wasn't even going to say nothing about this topic because, for one, obviously I can't relate. But two, girl, you and your husband look about the same height. Like, you look like you taller than him a little bit. I'm pretty sure you could have grabbed whatever it was off the top shelf for those ladies. Your husband was not needed. But then she makes a follow-up video. And in that video, she's like, yeah, well, you know, I just respect and the boundaries. I wouldn't show up to another woman's house and it's just her husband there. Girl, you are talking about two totally different things. Like what you did in that grocery store, and then you recorded it and you posted it, and you still got the video up, and then you're talking about going to another woman's house and her husband is not there. That is two totally different things, and you know that. Like, why are you sitting up here trying to gaslight, girl? No. You're upset, and you're doing all this going back and making up these scenarios because it didn't go the way that you planned. Maybe it would have worked out on Facebook, but it ain't working out right here. I just wonder if she realizes now that there is a difference between just kind of being very much insecure and having those boundaries and that respect for your marriage, for other people's marriages. There's a difference. There's a difference now. So I hope she know that, because y'all are coming for her in those comments. And most importantly, y'all are coming for the husband, calling him Ruben Studdard. Y'all, it's her. Like, it ain't.
Imagine going to the grocery store with your lovely wife and your newborn baby. While grocery shopping, some lady who's short come and ask you, hey, sir, can you get this item off the top shelf since you're tall? You look at your wife. She gives you the okay. You grab it for him. You move on. Continue shopping. Well, in the midst of shopping, your wife makes a TikTok video talking about how women should not ask the husband, they should ask the wife, is it okay if the husband assists them? Now, whether you agree or disagree, whatever, cool. Y'all go home, you think nothing of it. You wake up the next day to your wife's TikTok going extra viral, and everyone in the comments is disagreeing with your wife. But instead of keeping the focus on your wife, they're flaming you. They're roasting you, saying you look like one of the nutty professors. Nobody wants a man. And I'm just like this. What did the husband do wrong for you women to roast him?
And the
like
fact that they thought they could just ask him and he was gonna move for them.
You're not embarrassed to post that? You're not humiliated to let the world know you're that insecure that your husband can't grab something off of a shelf and be a halfway decent human being to another woman? So you just want the entire world to know that your house is made of cards and can easily come crashing down. You're just like that other woman who made a video talking about don't hug a married man. Marriage is not a fragile institution when you're not trying to make it work with somebody who doesn't really want to make it work with you. I have been getting so much secondhand embarrassment because of how you guys want to act like you have to lock your husbands up in a tower for him to not stick it somewhere else.
That video screams a woman whose man has cheated on her before and she took him back but don't trust him a lick. Now, this is not me saying that man cheated. I have no proof to support that kind of allegation. But what I am saying is that video gives and sounds like a woman who has been cheated on and felt out of control in being cheated on. And in an effort to regain control since being cheated on, she wants to control, or she wants to think she controls, who that man talks to who's a woman. That's what it gives. Because how in the hell is a woman in the grocery aisle asking your husband to reach a thing because she's too short to reach it, triggering you so much to make a whole video about it? And my humblest of opinion, the only way a request like that would trigger you that bad is if you've been made to feel insecure in your position long before that. If that man gave you no prior reason to worry about your spot in his life, that question wouldn't bother you this deeply. Yet here you are, flexing and flaunting for nothing. Miss Kroger girl, all this video has shown the world is that you are insecure in your relationship and in yourself and that man. Girl, please.
Lady in the Kroger, let me say something. She did not do anything wrong. She did not do anything wrong. I think you guys are just getting on her because she's unconventionally unattractive, which is crazy. But I know a lot of y'all would be mad in the same situation because that's just a matter of respect. Respect. If I was in the same situation and a man came up to my woman, right, and I'm standing right beside her and he asks her to do anything and don't acknowledge me, there's going to be a problem. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Think about this. This is the same thing as another woman serving your man some food and you're sitting right there. Like literally came to your man, like, oh, you want some food? Then goes ahead and serve them.
A lot of women will do this because they infantilize men. I think I'm saying that right. Infantize or infantilize men, and they look at them like children. But I would look at her like she was crazy, and I would just go on and eat my food. But because I don't even serve my man like that. Like I'm saying, y'all, if these men are going to cheat, they're going to cheat. They're not going to be doing it right in front of you. Some of them are bold enough to do so. But whether the woman is serving him food or not, they're going to cheat. Women serve men all the time in restaurants. And men do the same thing for women, vice versa. You're just paying them for it. So women bring your man food all the time. But it's different when she's just doing it out in public because she sees him as a child that can't do anything for himself. That's how I see it. Like, a lot of women look at men like they're children that they can't do anything for themselves. And a lot of women just like to be servants.
And you're sitting right, I know a lot of y'all be beefing. What she said was not wrong. Maybe the way she delivered the message might have been like, it might have hit y'all a little bit like, who's she talking to? But what she said was not wrong at all. I would have felt some type of way if a man ever came to my woman and asked her to do anything, and I'm right there. That's mad disrespectful. Like, some of y'all don't even just understand basic respect. This is the problem with relationship nowadays. Some of y'all just don't comprehend basic respect. Like, it's just that simple. And y'all be saying men are submissive. This is a form of submissiveness. Like, the man being submissive. Like, him acknowledging his woman, like, babe, she didn't acknowledge you. Like, what she should have done is go to her, ask her, her wife. Like, ask the wife, like, I'm sorry. Or come and stand right in front of them. Make sure you're talking to both of them. Like, hey, would you mind? I'm struggling grabbing something. Would you mind just assisting me, helping me? That's simple. But yeah, she did nothing wrong. I think if the roles were flipped, this conversation will be had too, because a lot of men will feel disrespected too. Fact.
So, as I said before, I think men and women agree with her and disagree with her for their own very different reasons. I think men agree with her. And I don't think it's a respect thing, because they don't really respect women like that anyway. I think it's more that men, they want to feel like somebody is fighting over them and like they're like wanted and like really cared for. They want to be centered in a woman's life, and that just makes them feel important. Like, and women that are male centered, they just don't like other women. And I feel like it's not about the woman. It's they don't trust their man. Like a lot of women said, it's not about that woman. It's that your man, and you know that he would cheat on you any moment he gets a chance. So if you weren't there with him, he would probably get that woman's number. And some women, a lot of women are saying, they wouldn't mind their husbands doing it. They want him to help other women, and I get that. But I think a lot of women, if that woman looked like, what's her name? Bernice Burgos, they would probably feel some type of way with that woman saying, excuse me, sir, could you get this off the shelf for me? No matter how nicely she said it, it wouldn't be about her disrespecting the woman and not seeing her right there. It would be because that woman looks better than her. So if a woman looked like this, nobody would have a problem. This woman right here, nobody would feel threatened. If it was an older woman or a woman that they deemed less attractive, the women wouldn't care. They would just keep shopping, going about their business, and then not even pay attention. That is just my opinion. That is what I think. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. And I also think if it was a short man that came up and asked your husband, you wouldn't have a problem with that either. If it was like a Danny DeVito type short man, you wouldn't think twice about it, because you're not thinking your husband is looking at this man or going to sleep with that man. And that's why I'm saying a lot of y'all don't see other women as humans. Y'all see women as competition. And that's bad. And I think a lot of men like that. They like for you to see other women as your competition. They really do. And they get off on it. So as long as we are competing and being male-centered, it's going to be women like this posting videos and feeling like it's okay. Everybody wants to say it's like respectability politics, but it's really not. It's really that y'all don't see women as human. Y'all see women as holes for men. Men and women see women like that, and that's why y'all treat women as such. That woman, those women will never see that man again. Did y'all see the man? I'm sure y'all saw the man. This woman is insecure. He could have probably most likely cheated on her, most likely in the past or the present. I just think that's what the problem is. And another thing is, I don't like when people think that just because you're married to somebody or sleeping with somebody or dating them, that you own them and you can control what they do. That's toxic. A lot of women are going to disagree with that. A lot of men are going to disagree with that, because a lot of men like to feel like they own women just because they're sleeping with them. And women are going to disagree because they like to be owned by men. They want to be owned by somebody. They feel like that's love. But as a human, you don't own anybody. You can't tell them what to do with their bodies. They don't have to ask your permission to help another person. This man did it because she has him well trained, obviously, and kudos to her if that's how they work in their relationship. But maybe he's trying to prove to her that he's good. Like, he's good as far as she can see. Like that's what she thinks. But I don't know. I just don't, and I don't know. If she was attractive herself, maybe she wouldn't have been this threatened by the other women. I don't know. I don't consider myself to be an ugly woman, so I can't put myself in her place. Like, I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I'm not trying to be embarrassed either that I've never considered myself to be an ugly person. You know, I'm not the best looking woman. I don't think I'm as good looking as Bernice Burgos, but I feel like I'm at least a 7. And I know that's sexist to rate yourself as a human, but on the ignorant scale of the red pill, the ignorant scale of men and women, period, I would say I'm at least a 7.5. I would give that to myself. So I don't feel threatened by a lot of women when I go into a lot of rooms, because most of the time I look better than most of the women there, and I know it. Like, so ladies, if you are nice looking, don't be ashamed to say it, because people are going to call you conceited or possibly say, she's not as good looking as she thinks she is. You know if you're good looking or not. You know by the reactions that you get from other people. You know that from the compliments you get from other people. You know from the looks that you get when you go out. You just know, and you shouldn't be ashamed to say you're nice looking. This woman, she don't even look, I know she just had a baby, but she don't even look like she even tried when she went out. And when I go out, I don't even care to look good for other men. I love the compliments I get from other women. I really do. But I'm rambling right now. Let's get into what everybody else had to say about these videos, or this video, and I will talk to you ladies later. Bye.
That whole video with the lady at Kroger's in that situation, and the only problem with that is y'all. Everybody in the comments dragging her. Y'all the problem, because I don't know who raised y'all. It's definitely disrespectful for women or a woman to walk up to a man when he got his wife or a girlfriend with him to ask for his help without first addressing the woman. I said it. Just like it's highly disrespectful if I was out with my man and a random dude came up to me addressing me about something, whatever the case may be, and he did not first address my man. Sir, I'm not talking to you, because I know you see him standing right here. I know you see he right here. And it's disrespectful to try to talk to somebody when they have someone with them and it's the opposite sex. I said what I said. I said what I said. I don't know who raised y'all. It don't have anything to do with insecurity. It's respect. It's respect, period. Of course my husband can help you. But first, make sure you address me. Of course, I'll talk to you if you was a man coming up and you said, hey ma'am, which flowers do you think would be okay for me to pick out for my wife? But did you speak to my man? Okay, see, because you just can't address someone when they're with someone, because that's kind of highly disrespectful. And if you feel otherwise, I don't know who raised y'all. And then to further prove how disrespectful and unmoral y'all truly are, you start talking about the man, saying he's safe, don't nobody want him, calling him all kind of names. Let me tell you something. I don't give a goddamn if I was with a nigga who looked like James Brown. That's my man. Okay? And the same point still stands. Whether he looked like James Brown or Denzel Washington, I don't care. The same point still stands. Yeah. So the real issue is y'all.
See? That's exactly why happily married women stick to themselves and don't be on the internet talking too much. Because look at how y'all are dragging that lady at the grocery store. The lady whose husband asked her for permission before getting stuff down for those ladies at the grocery store. I don't think she was wrong. I think she's strict. And I think he loves it there. Everybody's strict until somebody really strict shows up. She runs a tight program. The fact that her husband knew to look to her, because they probably didn't acknowledge her. I think that's what her whole thing was. Like, I don't think she had a problem with her husband helping them. I think it's the fact that they acted as though she wasn't standing right there. And he knew to look at his wife, acknowledge her before he helped. That's strict. Y'all not strict. She is strict. And that's why she's married. I've seen posts, people calling her a loser, calling her insecure, calling her all these things. It just looks like she runs a tight program to me. And I love that for her.
I can see where these people are coming from, but I don't think that two become one just because you sleep together or because you get married. Like sometimes I will be out with my husband and my husband knows a lot of people because he plays basketball and he has his own construction company and people from school and from the barbershop. So men will walk up to him and talk to him and not address me or say anything to me. And before he can even introduce me and say, this is my wife, I'll walk off because I don't even care. I don't want him to introduce me to them. Women too. He's worked in a lot of different places where with women that he's met and they'll run into him in public. And sometimes he'll talk to them and I will walk off, especially if I'm not like made up or done up and I don't want nobody seeing me anyway. We're just like on a quick store run or something. I don't want you introducing me and I'll walk off. I'm not even thinking I should be mad or jealous, but usually I don't even care if it's a man or a woman. I just walk off, and because I'm a Virgo. I don't like meeting new people anyway. Like whatever, he must know them from somewhere and he'll catch back up with me later.
So, number one, the only thing about the grocery store video that I want to clear up, clarify, whatever the case may be, is when I originally posted the video, I had maybe 75 people looking at me and into my life and what we were doing. That's it, 75 people. And most of those people knew me, so me and my husband, so they know how we are. They know how I am. So needless to say, they know us in real life, okay? So if I had known that this was going to go viral, get the traction it has gotten, the only thing that I would change about that video is the word permission, because that wasn't the word that I would have used. That was the word that just came to me in the moment, and it was not a big deal. It is what it is, because he doesn't need my permission to help people. And to reference the point about, oh, those girls must have been prettier than her. Child, don't nobody want your man. Girl, stop, please. Nobody ever said anybody wanted my man. Let's clear that up. Someone else entered into the comments with that because that never came from me. My point of the video was not to say that I felt intimidated by somebody wanting my man, because that never crossed my mind. And the reason it never crossed my mind is because we don't operate like that. We don't operate in insecurities because we're very secure in our marriage. But it's funny how all the comments started just because my husband gave pause to acknowledge my presence when someone else asked him to do something for them, when he was already in the middle of being in the store with his wife and child shopping, already doing stuff for us. So if you are going to interrupt another couple's time, the least you can do is acknowledge the people that are there. And that's all I have to say. In addition to, I went from those 75 followers to over 400 now also.
So the Kroger wife has spoken, y'all, and she said her husband does not need permission to get something down from a top shelf for a couple of short women. So I'm just wondering why he looked to her like he needed her permission.
You know, you just slipped up and said the quiet part out loud, right? You just said that you don't know what's going on at home. That's been my exact point that I've been making over these last 2 days. That the problem is what's going on at home, not with some random person asking to pass the Grey Poupon. You just said that the issue is what's going on at home. And I know what's going on at home. What's going on at home is them kids down the street got your husband's face and you mad about it. Now you want to make it my problem. No shade to you, but that's the problem with your entire generation. Because your generation wants to get mad at the little girl for wearing shorts in front of your husband because you caught your husband looking at a little girl. Your generation is the generation that when you catch your husband sneaking in your daughter's room at night, you kick your daughter out the house instead of that man. That's the issue. You guys want to be mad at everybody except for that man laying up in your bed with the wandering eyes in the community. Let me not get a violation. I'm on thin ice. Not a single solitary person has been able to articulate what's disrespectful about asking a man to hand something. Y'all say, oh, it's just respect. What's disrespectful about not asking permission? Why is that disrespectful? Articulate it. Use your words. And no shade and disrespect to my elders, but the only people defending that woman are people over 55, because you guys come from that generation that cares way more about appearances and things looking right than them actually being right. And a lot of people have been victimized in the process because of that mentality.
I'm going to tell you what this lady was actually guilty of, and it's really simple. Being annoying. That's it. We're all allowed to do it. We've all done it. She was only annoying a little bit, but philosophically, what she's trying to convey is right. Right? It just is. Now, let's take a look at something here. So these are the comments underneath her video. You all can't see it, but it's over 10,000. It's behind me. That's why you can't see it. But look at some of these comments, right? Someone said no one wants him, right? Girl, delete this now. You're giving me secondhand embarrassment. Girl, be for real. Don't nobody want him but you. Needing permission to help somebody is insane. She thought she ate. I'd be so relieved when the comment section is in alignment with my thoughts. He's safe, sis. Trust me, he's safe. You definitely pay every bill. Oh, girl, delete this, please. My husband is 6'4", and I don't care if Cindy Crawford in her prime. Ask him to help her get something. You all see the comments. There's a picture of the husband. I'm weak, right? Here's my question. Why is the husband catching all these strays? What did he do? What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Right? And here's my entire point. The thing that you all are angriest at is that this woman wanted her husband to only, I won't say that. Let me say it this way. This woman is asking for the respect of other women, specifically, who are asking for access to her husband. What do you mean access? We're not trying to sleep with him or go on a date with him or kiss him. Access is access. If some guy asked my wife to cook a meal for him or to...
Mind you, cooking something and doing something that only she could do in that moment are two different things. The women asked him because he was the only one that could reach the shelf at that moment. He was the tallest one. Nobody is going to come up to you and ask your wife to cook something in front of you. That's a rare, probably situation that never happens. The situation at the grocery store is going to happen a lot if your husband is tall and you're short and there's no workers around. Workers, even if workers are short, they would have to go get something to reach it or ask somebody to help them too. If it's a male worker, they might have to ask a taller co-worker to get it if they couldn't. Stop trying to seem like you're more important than what you are. Stop trying to get women to fight over you over petty stuff. Stop trying to get women to care more than they should over petty stuff. It's not like the woman asked him to come change a tire at her house or hang up a TV. It was a 3-second exchange.
To do something that only she could do in that moment. I got a problem with that. I have a problem with that. So philosophically, what this woman is saying is, you can't have access to my husband at a minimum without my okay. And I just don't see anything wrong with that. Annoying as she may be.
I might be the only one that agree with that lady, and I'm okay with it. Because I hear y'all saying it is insecure, and maybe I'm insecure. I don't fucking know. But for me, personally, especially if I'm there with my man, like if my man out by himself, and you decide, you sure you see he tired, you ask him to get you something off the shelf, okay, cool. He'll tell me about it when he get home. But if I'm standing right there, and you go around me and ask my husband to help you without acknowledging me at all, I got a problem with it. And I don't understand why all of y'all is on here talking about she insecure and coming for her as if she did something or said something wrong. Now, granted, I will say the whole, he knew he needed permission. He's a little too far. But the whole, don't ask my husband for help, say something to me. I get that because I don't want no female comfortable enough to come up to my husband, hey, can you help me get this off the shelf? Bitch, do you not see me standing right here beside this man? Say something to me. Hey, ma'am, is this your husband? Do you mind if he helped me get this off the shelf? That's how you go about that. And so I agree with her on that. The whole he need permission thing is a little too far because my man don't need permission from me to do anything because you're a grown-ass man. But, ma'am, do not address my husband with me standing right here and not address me first.
I was in a grocery store with my husband, and a woman of any age came up to him and asked him for help to reach something on a shelf that she could not reach. And then he proceeded to not help her, but to then look at me to give him the okay. That would actually piss me off. Because why are you looking at me? Help her. I actually think demanding respect and acknowledgement as a man's wife in a 3-second tops interaction is actual insanity. And I'm really insecure. Just incredibly insecure.